All right, what's up, guys? It is halftime. Farzim Masugian here with you to recap the first half between the Chiefs and the Cardinals as the Chiefs trail 17 to 14, I should say. Some good, some bad. If you want to talk about the ones and the twos, I think we can take away a lot of positives there. Once the Chiefs start to put in their third string quarterback in Bailey Zappi, you started to see some negatives there on both sides of the football, offensively and defensively. But let's start with some of the good here. Let's start with special teams. I know it's an aspect of the game we don't talk about a whole lot, but from the get-go, on the opening kickoff, the Chiefs go out there and force that fumble. It was picked up by Christian Roland Wallace, and I believe I don't think they ever specified who forced that fumble. I think it might have been Cochran or Christensen, one of those guys. But nonetheless, they get that fumble recovery to start the game off, and the Chiefs waste a little time, a couple of runs there. And then, of course, an interference call in the end zone. Yeah, that's the checks cleared, obviously. I know that's going to be the takeaway there. But Mahomes with a great pass to Jason Brownlee in the end zone there. He was just 1 of 1 for 1 yard and 1 touchdown. So his QB rating is 118.8. That's the rating you get for one pass, 1 yard, 1 touchdown pass. That's the rating you get there. Didn't see much from the Chiefs offense, the starting offense on that opening drive that you can really take away because they already started in the red zone. They didn't really need to do much, and they were able to they made it look easy all the way through. As far as what we can take away, the offensive line, Josh Simmons looked great. He really did. I don't think there was anything that you could really say about Josh Simmons, anything negative from his game today. So good start for him as he tries to come back from his injury. That's a guy who had to stand on the sidelines and watch his team win a national championship last year with Ohio State. Kingsley Suamataia played well. Juwan Taylor started at right tackle. You did see Jalen Moore get in there and play some as well when Gardner Minshew led the Chiefs offense for the second drive of the game. And let's stick with Minshew real quickly. I thought he did an all right job, 6 of 9 for 54 yards. Not bad. Obviously, led the Chiefs to a touchdown drive when he had it on the keeper there and ran it in for a touchdown. So pretty good day for him. I want to talk about the Chiefs defense because that's what impressed me the most today. Listen, I know a lot of people may look at the Arizona Cardinals, not the most impressive football team out there. I understand that. But whenever you have a group of backups going up against a group of starters and the group with the backups does the better job, that's pretty impressive right there. I remember on the second Cardinals drive, Kyler Murray was still on the field. You still had some Arizona Cardinals starters, first stringers that were on the field. Meanwhile, the Chiefs had a lot of second, third string guys out on the field, a lot of rookies as well. You had Ashton Gelati, you had Omar Norman Lott, Jeffrey Bossa was there as well. A lot of rookies were on the field, and during that second drive, the Chiefs defense held the Cardinals to a field goal on that second drive. If you have second, third string guys that can prevent a starting offense from scoring a touchdown, that's pretty good. I like if you're the Chiefs coaching, if you're Steve Spagnuolo, any of those assistant coaches on the defensive side of the football, you've got to feel pretty good about the group of guys that you had on the field during that specific series there. That's pretty good. That's a big takeaway from me. Special teams, some good stuff on special teams as well. I mentioned the 2 forced fumbles. The first 2 kickoffs, Arizona fumbled both of them. The first one, the Kansas City recovered there. So pretty good there. Nico Remigio with a 48-yard kick return. This guy had 2 big returns in the postseason. In the postseason, he had that big kick return against the Texans in the divisional round, and he also had a big punt return against the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. So it's good to see him kind of pick up from where he left off. I've been saying for a while, I think this is the guy that's going to be your primary return man. I know he's not maybe the biggest name, the flashiest guy, but he's been the one that's done the most on special teams for the Chiefs. I know Tyquan Thornton, Xavier Worthy, Brashard Smith might be some flashy names, guys who can do some things on the field, but Remigio's just been that guy who's done a good job as a returner since then. So, and to see him go out there have a big return, pretty good. Matt Ariza had a nice punt late in that first half. What was it? I think it was a 67-yard punt. He had at 1.6. They said 67 on the broadcast. On ESPN's website, it's 68. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a hell of a punt there, and made the Cardinals punt returner, I think it was DJ Dallas, making him fumble when trying to hold on to it. He quickly got it back, fortunately for him. But Chiefs special teams, pretty damn good. As far as the third string unit goes on both sides of the football, obviously not the best look for Bailey Zappi. On the defensive side, not a surprise. We've had some complaints about this guy last year, and we're starting to see some struggles this year with him. I think he has some benefit to the team, and I'll get into that in a moment, but Nazeeh Johnson just has not been very good for the Chiefs in coverage, and he's been getting picked on a lot in this game. You're seeing Kyler Murray and Jacoby Brissett both pick on Nazeeh Johnson in this game. Even got called for that interference, clear call there when he was getting beat anyway on that play. Just has not been a very good game for Nazeeh Johnson. I will say this because I mentioned Jacoby Brissett. I forgot to mention one other thing with the defense. There was a set of downs where FAU went in there, got a QB hit on Jacoby Brissett, drilling him to the ground, and then a couple of plays later, it was Jeffrey Bossa, the rookie, who went in there and got a QB hit as well. He got a little banged up on that play. Appeared to be okay. He was able to jog off on his own. So that was good to see. So hopefully he's all right. Cam Jones had a scary moment at one point. He came back into the game. Unfortunately, it does seem like there could be a season ender there with Deion Bush. Generally speaking, when you have that card out, when you have to get a player off the field, that's not good news. Trent Green was kind of hinting, because he mentioned it was a non-contact injury there. Trent Green was hinting it could have been an ACL and Achilles. The Chiefs did announce on their social media, and you heard on TV from Matt McMullen, that it is an Achilles injury. We don't know the severity of it, to be clear, but that's never good news. Hey, listen, man, there's never a good time for injuries. It sucks. I mean, look at Hollywood Brown last year. On the first preseason snap, he got hurt, and he missed almost the entire year last year. I mean, there's never a good time for an injury. It's unfortunate, but that is the way things go sometimes. All right, what do you guys think of that first half? Nicholas says, glad Zappi, you said Zappa, but you meant Zappi, our starter. Cam Jones, yeah, I thought it might have been Cam Jones or one of the linebackers there. Carson Steele, yeah, he's looked interesting. I don't believe Sky Moore's played yet. We'll see. A lot of the guys, like I was hoping Jalen Royals and Tyquan Thornton would play more with Mahomes. I mentioned before the game, Andy Reid always says the quarterbacks each will get a quarter. Not always the case. We know that. I did say before the game, if the Chiefs had a quick drive with the offense, I thought Mahomes was going to get a second series. Obviously not. And listen, I'm okay with that. Maybe like the with the amount of football withdrawal we've had this offseason, I needed to see Mahomes one more time. But, rationally thinking, you don't really need that. You really don't. My only thing is I wish we would have seen Mahomes play a little more with Jalen Royals and Tyquan Thornton. I know he wanted Thornton. I think it was the second or third play of the series where he was looking to his left and wanted Thornton in the end zone, but he was interfered with and they threw the flag there. But ultimately, we'll see Mahomes get a second chance. I think remember when they had 4 preseason games? The third preseason game was that dress rehearsal game where the starters would play into the second half for one series. The second preseason game kind of replaces that, but the starters don't play that long. Maybe some teams do, but you hardly ever see it. So I would imagine Mahomes gets at least 2 drives, and I think that'll be a good opportunity for Jalen Royals and Tyquan Thornton to get involved. Because on that terrible interception that Zappi threw, I mean, he needed to put some air in that one into Jalen Royals to make it easy on him. Instead, Jalen Royals had to play defense in that moment there. There was another one where Tyquan Thornton actually beat his defender, and Ari Wolf and Trent Green even mentioned it on the broadcast. He beat the defender that was guarding him, and all Zappe had to do was just place the ball. Instead, he overthrew it. That would have been an easy walk-in, maybe not a walk-in, but a jog touchdown for Tyquan Thornton because he's that fast. So I don't know. It's unfortunate, but you got to work with who you have. What do you feel about our secondary? With Nazeeh Johnson, not good. I like what I saw from Jaden Hicks. I think, listen, you never apologize when you can get a takeaway or any good things that happen to you. But let's be honest. That was Kyler Murray just not paying attention, throwing a dart straight to Jaden Hicks. And again, you can't ever feel bad about it. You have to take advantage of it and capitalize. And that's exactly what Jaden Hicks did there. So got the ball back, prevented them from getting it. It was actually a good drive. The first drive of the game that the Cardinals had, but the Chiefs were able to bring an end to it. And it was all thanks to the bad throw by Kyler Murray. No, Taylor did start. And I went back to check the tape just to make sure because I didn't pay attention to that part in the beginning. But yeah, Taylor did play some right tackle. And then we saw more coming in a little later on and play. Yeah, I like Nico Remigio. Again, I know he's maybe not the most exciting name out there for Chiefs fans, but he had that big 70-some yard kick return against the Texans in the playoffs, and the Bills on the AFC title games had a 41-yard punt return. And today he had a 48-yard kick return. Listen, I know Brashard Smith, Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton. I know those guys might have better 40 times, and speed is important. And I've said for a while, the Chiefs need a good, consistent returner. We haven't had that in the Mahomes era. I think Nico Remigio can be that guy. I really do. All right, looks like they're coming back soon, so we'll read a few more comments here. Nazeeh Johnson, yeah, a lot of not so friendly, positive comments for Nazeeh Johnson. Listen, I said earlier, Nazeeh does have some benefit. He's got good speed, and we know Spags loves to blitz. The Chiefs run nickel and dime packages more than any other defense in the NFL, meaning they have those extra linebackers or DBs, and they blitz with them more than any other team in the NFL. That's where Nazeeh Johnson really helps the Chiefs. That's his strength right there. Sky Moore has played. He was just invisible like his entire time in KC. Ready to see Brashard Smith? Yeah, I'm excited to see what Brashard Smith is going to do in the second half of this game. This is a guy who's had some good moments in training camp, so I'm curious to see how he does, because let's be honest, I think Bailey Zappe is going to need some help from a good running back in that second half, assuming he's going to play a lot more. Chris Oladokun will probably take over near the end of the third quarter. Nazeeh Johnson getting cooked, yeah. Yep. Yeah, Kareem Hunt had a nice run. What was it? A run of 10 yards. Yeah, he got involved a little bit in the first and second offense. So good to see. Okay, they are back. Who is that on the kick return? That is Jalen Royals. Okay, I see you, Royals. Royals has had a great camp, so we'll see what he does. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. Hey, reminder, come back after the game. The Chiefs Zone podcast live. We'll obviously recap the game, talk about a couple of players that impressed me the most, and obviously get some of your guys' takeaways. And also tomorrow we'll have a lot of short clips and reels. So if you guys can comment on those, like them, share them, all of that good stuff really will help out the podcast, the social media, all of that stuff. So, all right, I'll let you guys get back to the game. I'm going to get back to it as well. I will talk to you guys after the game. Peace out.